Hey guys, let me give you some history on this game. This is a game I played just a few minutes ago, and I won the previous game to the green guy Ram CH 1994. But on my left is my rival, Papa Balotus 2, and he's just a tough player. Um, I don't know. Sometimes you play chess, and there's some people that the way they play, they just you seem not to do as well with them. So I'm pretty much matched. I have two people on my left and right, and I don't think Ram is going to hold the last game against me for winning, but who knows? So anyhow, I've gone ahead and I've protected my king a little bit, but he is out of danger for right now. And my big thing here is just to keep an eye on Papa on the left, because I know he's ruthless. And in the past, we're actually friends. You know, under we've added each other as friends, but at first we used to have some emotional games where we would just trade pieces, and regardless of the losing, just so the other person wouldn't win. But anyhow, Papa got his queen, and so did Ram. Now yellow's kind of, oh, he castled. Oh, dumb. You just went castled into a checkmate. So I'm being extra careful here. I'm waiting on to see what green does. So Papa's going to get 20 points right off the bat here. Bam. And okay. So anyhow, I was looking at his stats. He's not like a master level or anything like that in normal chess. But there are a lot of people that start playing chess and then they play this variant of it, the 4-player chess, and it is their game of choice. Then people get sick of the E4, E5, or they don't dig deeper to become better players. But anyhow, green looks like he is gonna gather some queens, and I'm just doing my boring opening. But it's boring, but it does keep my king out of danger, and that's the big thing. Now, here's one thing I didn't see. I didn't see that he opened that up. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. Because that green opened up the bishop file. Now, I probably would have pushed my pawn, but instead, I wasn't even looking, and I did probably the worst thing I could do there is move my king there. And so he puts me in check. Now my king takes, of course. The thing there is I probably would have pushed my pawn to block the bishop, and then I would have been more solid. So that kind of was a game changer. Now I'm worried for both. I'm alert for both blue and green. And unfortunately, I don't have a dead player on one side of me, so it's like I'm gonna get some attacks from both sides. Um, I know from playing the few games with Papa, he always goes for the weak person. If you're just starting out in 4-player chess, one of the things you can do to not have a target on your back is to make it very hard for someone to attack you. Make sure all your pieces are guarded. And I opened up my, I did that so I could check him, because I know that Papa is an opportunist and he probably will try to get a queen out of it. So I'm gonna take his bishop. He didn't want to break his. One of the reasons I took his bishop was sometimes people, like in that situation, do not want to break their pawn structure. Now, this is a silent check. It doesn't make a noise when you're playing, so sometimes the people don't realize, unless they're paying attention, that like, hey, it's time to go in and grab a piece from, or take advantage of that situation. I do like my knights being there. I have the I have Papa that's shooting for a checkmate, and that's why I advanced my pawn. But I'd like to make it a little stronger. I'm gonna go in here and check, so Papa can go down, and he moves up. I'm gonna check him again, but now I notice that he's probably gonna become the opportunist, take my pawn, have 3 on the diagonal, better chance of mating me. I'm gonna have to swap queens. I can't get out of it. Green can force the checkmate. Okay, I can't because that's just mate. And so I'm thinking, well, pretty much game over. I am leading green in points, but it's going to be a struggle here, because I know that I'm gonna start getting attacked. So if you're just when 4-player chess, your first game, you are gonna start out on the 1200 level, and a lot of people, it takes a while to kind of get the dynamics. And of course, if you look at me, I'm not the greatest player in the world. I am above average according to their distribution chart, plot, or whatever you call it, what have you. And so the biggest thing is, what I would say is, make sure that you have no hanging pieces. Make sure that all your pieces, if you can, are at least protected by something. In this situation, I don't have enough material to, like, for example, I'm not in a position where everything can be protected. Like, I have some hanging pawns on my right. I don't have any immediate attackers. I'm just gonna push the pawn, and hopefully blue and green will get in some kind of tiff-taff, and green's kind of low on pawns, so I don't know how many queens he's had in this game or what have you, but I might actually get a queen now out of this. One thing beside 4-player chess has a lot of similarities to chess. Now, side note here. Now I want to see what green's objectives, how much he values his queen. Is he going to take the queen, And if he doesn't, that shows that, okay, good. Now, I'm going to go down and see if I can, I'm going to move it here, see if I can take advantage of the checkmate, but we'll see what happens. Oh, and the green guy thinks we're actually teaming. And you do kind of form alliances at certain times in the game. I don't know why blue didn't. I don't understand why blue didn't take my queen there. Okay, that might be a. Okay, so now it's a battle for Papa and me, and he's a good player. We're, I'd say, material wise, I have a little bit advantage because of the queen, and now it's just my king is in the middle of everything. So now what I'm thinking in this situation here is get all my pieces, start making solid trades or good trades, but get all of my pieces guarded to the best that they can be. But like I was saying before, 4-player chess, and this was a stupid move right here, because now he's just going to use a chess principle of the knight fork. And I'm going to move my king down. And that was a blunder, but at least it got a piece off the board. At this point of the game, the big thing is the pawns. Don't let the other person get a bunch of queens. And so that was just one way that I could. So now I'm just playing protect the pawn, and I move my queen over there. But okay, again, what I was saying, he probably will take. Let's see. Yeah, he has to take. Okay, now my big thing is keep him from getting queens, protect my pieces, and start building tempo or momentum. So now what I look for are places where I can check the king and then take a piece where the king isn't. Okay, so anyhow, I'm worried about that one pawn that's advanced. His oh, I don't know what that would be. That'd be his E pawn. Yeah. I'm just going to put it there. He's probably going to guard it like that. Okay. Awesome. But let's go back to what I was trying to say. Chess is, there are chess. This is like, you do need chess skills for 4-player chess. Unlike regular chess, you there is luck or kind of some random variation that is involved in it, because you don't know who you're going to be sitting next to, you don't know who's gonna, you know, attack you, because your profile picture or like the game of the past, if they don't like you. When one thing like an important piece, he has a rook and a king. One little rule of thumb is kind of keep those on different colors. because, oh, wow, he got his queen. Now it's going to become it's going to become a game of will, I think, because because I have to keep that bundle. I have to keep my queen protected and next to my pawn. I can't go for... See, if I would have moved away from my queen, because I need that second queen. So he's just going to check me. Some of the if you are just starting out on 4-player chess, take a look at some videos on YouTube. I'm sure there's a guy out there. His name's Dubious. He goes by Dubious Skills on chess.com, and he has some great videos. I've picked up a lot of tactics, like just how to open and protect your king when I first started, and immediately that took me from like a 1300 player, you know, it bumped me up 100 points. Just by watching some videos. The other thing too is you can also watch games in progress, and you can't see it now on this screen, but there will be things, you can watch all the games going on and just be a spectator. So now here it's just my king's kind of in a weird position because it's keeping my pawn from advancing, and he likes that. Now I got my 2 queens, pretty much game over. So I have managed to beat Papa, and that is, he usually beats me. So I am going to, but regardless, this was a fun game. Beside the player yellow, the players we all were about the same level, you know. I did play Ram before, and I might be a little bit better than him, but it's always fun to play against someone like Blue, because he's he plays tough for our level of play, and chess is a war. So that's the big thing. If you're wondering, well, what's going to keep this from a perpetual check, I'm gonna try to retreat my king into the dead stack, and he sees that, and he's like, after that there's not much I can do. And it's very hard. It's almost impossible for it's almost impossible for a queen to checkmate on itself. But check back, like and subscribe this video. I post videos every once in a while. I do have to do some work, and there you have it. So I gained 13 points on that. But I hope you enjoyed this. Also, post some of your games online too, so we all learn from each other. Thank you, and have a great day.